WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar to become Universal Champion. But before the match starts, Braun Strowman comes out and says he's going to cash in immediately after. But, Jeff, I thought for sure this was becoming a triple threat match because what they had him say made him look like a goddamn fool.
Not only a fool, but a coward. At the same time, you know what? I'm not going to be that cowardly guy who tells you that I'm going to cash in when you're down. I'm going to cash in after the match anyway. What? Wait a second. No, that's the same thing, Braun. It's the same damn thing. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you cash in when he's down and you're coming out or if you're standing right there watching the whole time.
Like, Braun, I know that your Money in the Bank briefcase is a structured settlement, but I need that cash now. We need it cashed in now, and we need a triple threat match. Because as soon as that became an option, I was like, oh, shit. Let me hold on to my butt real quick because this is going to be wild. We're going to get an all-time sirloin beef sons of bitches, God-level hoss battle in the main event of SummerSlam, and it was still fun. Loved the match. Loved the way it was built. Real short. But, Alex, you're a Braun guy.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you think the portrayal and how that worked before the match?
After he retained so easily versus Kevin so early in the night, I was like, oh, this is perfect. He's absolutely – he should do this, and I think he will do this. He's going to come down after the introductions, but before the first bell, he's going to say, I'm cashing in now. It's a triple threat, which is why they kept him fresh relatively and had him squash Kevin, and that's why you do that, so he can have a second match later in the night. And when his music hit, as I predicted it would, I tweeted out, I am a golden god because I can see the future. But he cuts down to the ring and he says all the things he's supposed to, but then he's like, he says, I draw a distinction. Instead of just coming down to the ring after the match as a surprise, I'm going to say ahead of time that I'm going to cash in like a coward instead of cashing in like a coward as a surprise.
I would like to profess my cowardly act ahead of time.
There is a thin line between cowardice that is surprise cowardice and cowardice that is announced ahead of time. I'm over here.
We've turned him into a 7-foot Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, that's true. He walked up to confessional. Forgive me, Father, for I'm about to sin. No, don't do that.
Listen,
everybody knows the history of this Money in the Bank brief. Okay.
Right. No, the one I remember so vividly is when Seth Rollins got his title back by defeating Roman Reigns. And earlier in the night, Dean Ambrose had won. And he sneaks up behind Seth Rollins, hits him over the back of the head with the briefcase and cashes in 1, 2, 3. I do draw a distinction between that and what Braun was saying to do, but it's not nearly as good as what the character would do, which is to say, I can beat both of you at the same time. Because that's what Braun's been this whole time. And I thought, okay, fine. So we're going to get this match between Brock and Roman. And then after that match, we're going to get a second championship match with Braun involved versus one of these two other guys. That's going to be awesome. But instead, we didn't get that even. Like, what the hell? What the hell? I did not like the way this match ended at all.
Well, I did. Reigns gets 3 Superman punches and 3 spears, but gets caught in a guillotine. We saw this spot coming from a mile away.
True.
Spinebusters his way out. German suplexes from Lesnar lead to a "You both suck" chant. And Corey Graves says, quote, "It's not about the WWE Universe," end quote, which is very indicative of the booking of this entire feud over the last 3.5 years. Reigns goes after Lesnar, but ends up suicide diving Strowman in a really nice looking spot. Lesnar, on his way out, F5 Strowman and beats him down with the case. And then Lesnar chucks the briefcase like 75 feet into the LCD boards and breaks them, which is kind of scary. A spear, Reigns wins. The era of Brock Lesnar is finally over, and dare I say, mercifully Jeff?
Really? Because I always view Brock as a big deal. I don't care about.
I view him as a big deal without the title.
Yeah, I'm just the reign of Roman being the lunch pail company guy champ. All right, whatever. I kind of, you knew it was going to happen here. At the same time, I'm just kind of like, okay, great, but I always thought Brock was a big deal. I liked kind of that they table set for Brock's return, where he gives the F5 to Braun on the outside. So you know what, when he comes back, maybe if he is leaving, we don't know that yet either.
He's on Raw tomorrow.
Yeah. So overall, it was time to take the belt off of him. It's been long enough, even though I kind of like the intrigue of, well, if he does go and beat Daniel Cormier, coming back the champ like that'd be kind of cool. But it's time, and it's we can't hold it off any longer for Roman to not be the champ. He has to be the champ.
Benefit of WWE is if he becomes UFC champion, they can just put the WWE title back on him.
Right.
They have that luxury.
The reason I didn't like this was that after all this time and building up Roman to be the guy who finally slays the beast, he does it basically via distraction finish. Like, Brock's not looking. He's involved in trying to beat down the guy who he thinks he's going to have to face after he beats Roman. And Roman kind of basically gets in a sucker punch with his spear, and that's it. Like, it's very anticlimactic after all of this time, after having faced Brock in a real match at Mania and getting the piss beaten out of him. The way he actually eventually becomes champ is like this. Like, and this is how you think that you're going to crown the new guy, the big dog who runs the yard. It just feels like listen, thank God the title's off of Brock. We can move on, hopefully, from this story and actually have a Universal title that's defended every pay-per-view. And it sets up a great opportunity for Braun to come out tomorrow and say, I never got the shot that I wanted last night. And I challenge you, Roman, next month at Hell in a Cell, That'll be great. We can do all kinds of stuff. But it just, this particular way felt like it was just like, oh, okay. It didn't feel like there was this real thing. If this is how you really wanted to crown your golden boy, that's really, I don't feel like how you wanted to do it.